One of my big bones to pick is that a lot of time in cycling or in sports in general, a lot of products for women are basically like a men's version that was somehow feminized by adding pink or making like some slight alterations, and that a lot of the time like the specific needs weren't being addressed. And if you're interested, you can see how we tried to address those needs by hosting like workshops for women around cycling apparel, and you can look at this video for our pee-friendly bib shorts. So when I was in our local sports store and I saw this chamois cream, which if you've never used chamois cream before, this is like a pretty tried and true option. Sometimes I've even used like baby diaper cream, any kind of chafing solution, but this one is quite good. It's 24 bucks. At first I was putting it kind of closer to sensitive regions, and then actually what I found happened, this is like TMI, but I was getting a few bladder infections when I first started cycling. So one thing that I do is every new ride, I change my shorts. And this is obviously a luxury. Not everyone has shorts that they can change into every day, but if you can, then try to wash it, just because cycling shorts are made to be worn without underwear, and it's like a very intimate relationship between you and your cycling short pad, especially if you're sweating and all these different things. So if you can, wash it, or if you can, put on a fresh pair. And what I found sometimes using the chamois cream was that it would kind of help spread bacteria around. I shifted from having it too close to my sensitive areas and more along the seams or anywhere where you might feel chafing, which tends to be around those kind of seam spots. And I won't use it all the time. Usually for like multi-day cycling trips, stuff like that, it's really helpful because those things can start to appear after longer distances or longer rides, and sometimes it's too late. So trying to be proactive about those things. But if you're just going for an hour, depending on how sensitive you are or your shorts or the seaming, you might not need to use this at all. But anyways, to the point of this story is that I saw this pre-ride chamois cream, and then I saw Chamois Cream Women. I was like, girl, if this is not substantially different from the men's version, but it just comes with a pink label, I'm gonna freak out. And I went on the website because I wanted to compare the ingredients. So they both sell for 24 bucks, which is good. We like to see that equality and access. Ingredients not listed. So I was like, you know what? It's a rest day for me. So I made an Excel spreadsheet, and I made a blue and a pink section for the boys and girls, duh. And basically what I found is the first 20 ingredients identical. Sometimes one will come in before the other one, so maybe it has a higher concentration of certain ingredients. But basically, the base of both the men and the women's version are the same. Which on one hand, it's like, okay, what did you expect? Then on the other hand, it's like, okay, why do we even need two versions? Then the women's version has a few extra ingredients, namely blackcurrant extract, which is rich in fatty acids and can help keep the skin hydrated. There is also helianthus annus. So sunflower seed oil is very high in vitamin E and helps trap moisture in the skin. Then there is Cardiospermum halitzabum or kakabum, not sure, flower leaf / vine / extract, which apparently has some anti-inflammatory properties and is effective against redness. So basically, the women's version is just like a slightly jacked up version, but there is one key ingredient in the women's version that's not in the men's. Drum roll, perfume. Why? Why? So let's just like test it. Gonna put it on this hand, and then we're gonna put the men's version on the other hand. It just seems ridiculous to me that they would be so similar and yet you would still need a men and a women's version, which is funny because like at the beginning of this video I was sort of talking about how it's important to have more women specific things, but I guess my point is if you're gonna have a more specific women thing, then make it like meaningful. I don't know, put some butterfly juice in there or something that's really good for ladies' regions rather than just the same stuff. Have some kind of differentiation that's not just perfume. So we're gonna start with the men's, give it a rub in. I've used this before. Just as a note, dominant smell is menthol. It smells kind of like sometimes those massage oils for achy muscles. And I guess that menthol is nice as a cooling effect when you have a lot of that chafing and rubbing. but perhaps it's not as good for those sensitive areas where you're just very sensitive. And like, sometimes I'll put it on and then I'm riding down some descent and you feel the like, so maybe that's the biggest difference between the men's and women's version, is that the menthol smell versus the perfume smell. Let's rub in the women's. Oh. Okay, they're not kidding about the perfume in there. Oh gosh. Disclaimer, I'm not a perfume person. Like, I don't ever wear perfume and I don't generally love it to sit beside somebody on the train who is wearing perfume. To be honest, I just feel like it doesn't belong down there. Is that just me? I don't know. Throwback to when I first got my period and first had to use a pad that was like scented. And I thought, you have to use the scented pads because it's so embarrassing that you get your period and all the smells and all that stuff associated with it. If you pay for the shipping, I'll send it to you, like legit, because I can't deal with that smell. Why do we have to have the perfume? This like floral, I have to go like wash my hands. So I guess the moral of the story is I think both products will work as anti-chafing for your cycling needs. Do I think it was necessary to make a women's version? No, because I'm gonna keep using this one anyways. The women's one also has menthol, but my guess is the perfume is like so overpowering that you don't smell it, because on the back it says that it should keep you comfortably cool, reduce friction, prolong chamois life. So it's the same instructions. Like, what is your USP here? What is the unique selling point? It's fucking part of me. The only thing that I think is extravagantly unique about the women's ASSOS Chamois Cream is the perfume. I'm gonna be so disgusting and so sweaty. Masking it with this smell is not gonna help me too much. But if you have experience with this and you feel differently, please let me know. Like, that's just my own personal experience. And if I am gonna use this, I'm gonna keep using this version. This isn't the right one, but there's a version of this for chafing, which is probably like 1/3 of the price. Also has a scent, I'll be honest with that. I don't know what the hell that smell is. Like a Camille, or so. To be honest, I'm not a scientist. This might be even a superior product. I don't know. I mean, I can with 100% confidence say that this is overpriced, but that's everything in the industry. So, final takeaway. If you like perfume down there while you're cycling and sweating, buy the women's version. The closer you put it to your mucous membrane, I think the more negative your experience is gonna be. But if you keep this menthol-y stuff further away, then I think you're gonna be fine and it's gonna be like an overall pleasant experience. That's my 2 cents. Let me know what you think. Should we see more like men's versus women's products with perfume? This is so facetious. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, rant over.